Good evening. We just want to welcome you tonight to our Varsity Sports Awards. We're so glad that you weathered some rain. I'm glad we had some rain. We really needed it, but thank you for coming out. We look forward to a great evening. A lot of great things have happened this year. I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to get right into the coaches, but I do want to open with prayer. So if you'd bow your heads with me real quick. Father, we thank you that you've brought us all here safely. Lord, we ask tonight that your blessing be upon each coach, each player, each family represented here. Lord, we just thank you that you have blessed Victory Christian Academy again this year. And we thank you that you have kept us safe and you have kept our goal the same, and that's to represent you well. We ask that you bless this evening. In your name we pray. Amen. So real quick, just if this is your first time here, we do all our varsity awards together so the coaches can take their time and talk about the year that they've had and the individuals. We did middle schools about a week ago, and that went really well. So we just look forward to some of the things that you're going to hear. And I'm not going to steal any of the thunder. Last year I talked a little bit about at the beginning of really kind of took away from what the coaches wanted to say about their year. But I do want to say this. Victory Christian this year has been very successful, both on and off the court, in the classroom. And that is the major goal for the school. We've done some incredible improvements this year that will propel us to continue on this trajectory we're on. Early in the year, we finished a brand new weight room. I'm sure your kids have talked a little bit about it. It is what we would call state of the art as far as a weight room is concerned. I was charged 3 years ago to look around this place and say, hey, what do we need? And I put a long list together, and maybe they weren't so excited when I gave the list because it was long. But the number one thing was for this athletic program to grow, we needed a room for our team, such as a weight room. The second thing that was on the list was some locker rooms. Boys and girls on teams dressed anywhere they could. It could be behind a curtain in a gym. It could be at a bathroom where the little kids changed. So over this past year, we've built a beautiful couple of locker rooms for both the boys and girls teams, where each kid could have a locker. They also have showers in there. You may think, well, that's not a big thing, but it is when you haven't had showers for 13 years. So some nice showers for them to get in there and get cleaned off after practice, or come in early and work out and then go to class. And we also built an unbelievable weight room, and right off the weight room is a locker room for football. As you can see out top here, we just finished a beautiful baseball field and a soccer field that we still have some work to do on, fencing it in, some bleachers and things like that, but come August, that will be ready to go. So we're very excited where we're at. We have some more goals to do. There's a second phase coming, so just hang in there with us. I oftentimes get this question, hey, are we gonna add sports? I would love to add every sport, but we're slowly moving that way. So next year we will add boys varsity soccer. We had a JV team this year, and they did really well. We've had a middle school team for the last couple of years, so those kids will roll up and do varsity soccer. There are some plans down the road to do some other sports, but I'll keep you guessing on that, but there's some ones that are coming. So starting off tonight is one of our coaches that does an exceptional job. First of all, before I introduce him, can we give a hand to these folks sitting over here? I almost forgot. Our coaching staff is really second to none. They do an incredible job. And leading off tonight is one of our veteran coaches who does an extremely good job with his students. They're always well prepared. He takes kids at a certain level and propels them forward. And it's amazing to watch what he's done through the years. And he did it again this year. So welcome to the stage, our track coach and his staff, Coach Lamont.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. First up, I wanted you guys to recognize this. This is a red track jacket. It does not belong in your household anymore. It should be returned. So if you see one of these, listen not to the childish implications that they try and create. That comes back to school. Thank you, that commercial is over. You would be surprised. Probably, no, you know your children. You would not be surprised. We want to be very grateful, just the season that we've had. As I start to talk about this, could anybody who was with our track team, y'all come on up on stage, just kind of make a line here so everybody can see you. You'll see that it's a big group. When we leave at 1:15 for a track meet, sometimes the teachers tell us that basically things shut down around here, and you can kind of see why. There's a lot of folks that are involved with this program. So I want to talk about it a little bit while they're here. So this is year number 13 for track, year 12 since we've been here. It has grown incredibly, not just in numbers, but in terms of success. The number one reason is because our administration has always supported us. This year, we went to North Florida in a preseason meet. Just told the administration our kids need to be on the track where the state meet's gonna be. And they provided what we needed, and we went up there, and we had a great opportunity. And when the state meet rolled around, you could see our kids' confidence. The administration has supported us in a lot of ways, and we wanna be grateful. Want to be grateful for our coaches. Ben Peacock has been working with our distance group for years. Ben has an amazing way with young folks. It's a tough road to hoe to get people to believe and run in longer than the other kids. But these kids have really latched on to what it means to race a little better, drop times, put in the work, and he did a great job. Coach Connor Perro is an alum from Victory, he's an alum from the track program, gave him full control of our jumps this year, and he is amazing in terms of how technical he is, but also in how hard he's willing to push these kids. And finally, my wife, Mrs. Coach Lamont, who has been in charge of the Hurdle House here for a few years, and we'll talk about their success here in a minute. But we're very grateful for the coaches that we have here. And then finally, thank you for parents. Nobody understands track until you've actually done it. It doesn't make any sense. Going to the meet, you're like, oh, I just show up for like 2 hours, like a basketball game. No, you show up for about 10 hours, and you'll see your kid do something for about 32 seconds. It is very unusual, and so parents who get involved and are supportive in track are pretty special people, and we're just very grateful for all of you. Thank you for stepping up the way you did. So I want to take a minute and just do a quick recap on our season. On the girls' side, we had to do kind of a reset in terms of our numbers. We lost some really, really great seniors. One of them, which is Amber Choquette. She's here tonight, had a very successful track season in college, but we lost some good ones. And we did not have the numbers to replace them, so they didn't have the meet finishes quite like the guys did, but we did have a very good year and finished well. But on the guys' side, 4 first place finishes, including a district and a region championship, 4 runner-ups. They have kind of made a name around here as a dominant track program, and we're usually the smallest school in about every meet we go to. Wanted to pass on some records. Going to talk about that for a second. So can I have one of them? So a few years back, we decided that if you graduate from Victory as a school record holder, then you're gonna graduate as a record holder. So we create an album, it's got their name on it. Some of you are looking at this going, yeah, I remember those. You might remember some of the groups too. Anyways, we give this to any senior who graduates as a school record holder. We have 4 seniors graduating with records. I wanted to honor them now. First up, in the shuttle hurdles, 4 people running 100 hurdles. It looks like chaos unless you're a hurdler. Kyrie Brangers. In the 4x800, these guys set a very, very tough goal. They said they wanted to beat it, and one of the reasons they wanted to beat it is because they wanted this young man to have a record. This is John Festa. Our third record holder is a legend around here. The Paul brothers have been scoring points in track meets for quite a while, And no offense to Jaden and Jeremiah, but he probably graduates as the greatest. Jarrell Paul is going to graduate as school record holders in the shuttle hurdle and the 4x400. No Jarrell. Okay, we'll hold on to those. And then AJ Cunningham. AJ is going to graduate as a school record holder in the 400 intermediate hurdles, also known as the hardest race in track and field, and in the 4x400. And finally, Peyton Wilcutt. Peyton's going to graduate with 5 records. That's actually not a record of records, but it is pretty high. He is a school record holder in the distance medley relay, in the 4x400, the shuttle hurdle. He has the fastest ever 4x800 split and is the school record holder in the 800 meters. Peyton Wilcutt. Good, thanks, guys. All right. I wanted to take a moment and cover some of our awards. We're gonna first start on the guys' side. We have 2 trophies that we took home from one of the meets that we took first place in. They actually didn't do the last 2 events, so they wouldn't give us a trophy, but we were winning by such a margin that they should have. That's the breaks. But we have 2 trophies from meets, and we have taken on the habit of giving those away to seniors as leadership trophies. One of those young men that was going to get one of those trophies, John Festa, who led our mid-distance group. And the second was our de facto captain, sorry, Andrew, who was the leader of our 4x100, one of our most accomplished sprinters, extremely focused, DJ Johnson. We're going to give out an Outstanding Field Event Award. This goes to a young man who placed 5th in the state this year in the triple jump. He also qualified for state in 2 other events. He chased our school record for the last 2 years. Was also a medalist in the state as a sophomore, took 7th in the triple jump. Outstanding Field Event, Jarrell Paul. I don't know if Jarrell made it. We called this award the Realist Racer. AJ Cunningham does not have an off switch when it comes to racing. We have seen him make accomplishments from being behind in the 4x400, in the 400 intermediate hurdles. I don't know if we've had anybody who ever puts his chin down and goes after people at the level of AJ. He has the heart of a champion, and we are going to miss him tremendously. He scored 3rd place in the 400 hurdles this year after taking 8th last year. He is the Polk County champion, had the fastest time in all of Polk County this year. AJ Cunningham, the Realist Racer. Do y'all have the awards? Oh, you got it. Okay, good. Oh, hi, buddy. Good to see you. I love you. The Determination Squared Award. Last year, we took this young man to the state meet, and we looked him in the eyes and said, the reason you're coming here as an alternate, he didn't qualify. We wanted him to witness it because you're going to be here next year. And he took that seriously, and he worked like crazy in the weight room, oftentimes on his own. When the season rolled around in the high and the intermediate hurdles, he started laying down some good times, but quickly realized he was banged up. At minimum, it was shin splints. Quite possibly by the end of the year, had a stress fracture. But he medaled in both events. He was 7th in the high hurdles and 5th in the intermediate hurdles. Had the 3rd fastest time in all of Polk County. He's the most dominant hurdler on any team in Polk County. He just happens to be on ours, in which he's in a group of guys. Luke Lazenby, Determination Squared. Our V Award, and as the first up, I'm gonna take a moment to explain the V Award for all the parents. As coaches, you're told you can name your awards, give your awards, determine your awards, whatever your process is. However, every sports team at Victory gives a V Award. We try and kind of keep it similar across all sports. I'm gonna read basically what we're supposed to be looking for when we see this. It says it's the highest athletic award given at VCA. The V Award is given to a full-time student that is committed to the VCA culture. He or she is fully engaged in school, its mission, their relationships with staff and teachers, engaged in chapel, has high character and integrity. The V Award is reliable, coachable, hardworking, and a fierce competitor, and always shows a Christ-like attitude. This year on the guys' side, our V Award, we would also add one other letter with a V is versatile. He has, in his time at Victory, run every race that could be run except for the 1 and 2 mile, which, if you know anything about track, is insane. To be a hurdler, a 100-meter runner, and an 800-meter runner, and be record holders in a bunch of them is beyond belief. Our V Award is Peyton Wilcutt. And last, we have an outstanding athlete. We have had 4 state champions in Victory since our time here, and we added one this past spring. Andrew Morrison was the finalist, or the first place finalist in the 110 high hurdles. He beat a 2-time state champion from Holy Trinity, just missed going under 14 seconds. He led the entire race. And this is after last year, he was leading at the first hurdle, hit the hurdle hard enough that he wasn't leading anymore and had to fight to get 7th. He was on a mission this year. He decided this was something he wanted to do. He also medaled in the 200 meters and was our anchor on our 3rd place 4x100. And he probably would have qualified in the high jump, but we told him to give it up after districts just to take it easy on his body. Outstanding athlete and state champion, Andrew Morrison. Now remember, this is a district and a region champion team. These boys have won the district the last 4 years, and we're allowed to give 5 awards. It's insanely hard to decide who to give those awards to. Our 2nd year here, we qualified a team to the 4x100, in the 4x100 to state, and that was our award that year. We just gave 4 guys, and it was easy. That was the only guys that made it to state. Now we've got guys like Jace Peterson and Ryder Hedgren who are going to the state meet, medaling, and there's no awards. When you get to be excellent in something as a team, it's hard to spread out the honors. But what's been great about our group is that they understand that, and they love each other and encourage each other, and they celebrate the victories. It's pretty rare, and it makes our job as coaches that much better. It's been the most enjoyable group we've had since we've been at Victory. I want to switch over to the girls' side. We have 4 awards that we're going to give on the girls' side. The first was our outstanding field event. This young lady qualified to the region meet in both throws, had PRs in both throws at the meet, Miss Sade Jackson. Okay, Sade, I see what you're doing here. See, Sade got like 28 academic awards about 3 weeks ago, and she's used to walking up here, getting the award, and walking back. And I think she just likes the fact that everybody gets to hear her name, Sade Jackson, and they get to see her get yet another award. Congratulations, Sade. We called this next award Stepping It Up. And this young lady did. Says a 7th grader. She was basically a tag-along at the state meet with our relays. My daughter would make sure she was where she was supposed to be, when she was supposed to be there. And if you know this young lady, that's no small achievement. She then moved up as 8th grader, same 2 relays, and also qualified in open event, 100. She medaled in the state in the 4x1 last year, and walked down and passed Tiger Woods' daughter to get 3rd place in the 4x400. This year she qualified again in the 4x100, but this time as the leader. Our 4x100 girls that made it to state were 3 freshmen and an 8th grader, which just doesn't happen, but it was mostly because of the way Jordan led them. Jordan also qualified in the 100 and the 200. She moved up from a 14th seed at the state meet all the way to the 8th place medal, winning her heat. This year, we're not saying she just stepped it up as a runner, school record holder in the 100 and the 200, but stepped it up as a leader and as a leader of women on this team. Jordan Williams. Our V Award this year goes to a young lady who quietly goes about her work. She races the hardest race in track. She does any race that's needed. She is amazing in her consistency in practice and in the weight room. I don't think anybody outworks her, but yet her quiet leadership helps everybody to realize just how important it is to be a godly, amazing woman. Our V Award is Riley McInnes. I am not a crier. If I was a crier, I would be bawling by the end of doing this because this young lady is beyond description. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I do know that cystic fibrosis is the kind of thing that makes life hard for people. It used to be a life ender for people. And this young lady who, if we just talked about her as a human being, we would be here all night. But I'm here to talk to you as her track coach, we put the stopwatch on, we watch her race, and she runs the hardest race in track and field. It's the 400 intermediate hurdles. You run one lap around the track as fast as you can. Oh, and by the way, you have to clear 10 hurdles. It is by far the toughest physical thing you could ask a high school athlete to do on a track. And the last 3 meets, she PR'd each meet. She qualified for the region meet. And at times her lung capacity is half of what ours is. It blows my mind. And she does it with a smile on her face. She does it with joy in her heart. She encourages people. I don't know if Victory's ever had a girl who has accomplished more and for us to be more proud of than what we called Beyond Tough, Taylor Walker. Okay, that wraps up our awards. These folks are gonna be making their way to their seat. I think there was something, yeah, okay.
Hello. As you said, I'm Peyton Wilcott. I'm on the track team. But we basically put together, so this is a picture of us at the district championship of all of the team together. And my dad, and me really noticed that the Le Mans and just the coaches and this team were a really special group and that the Le Mans really lead us in a special way. So we wanted to kind of recognize that and give a little bit of a gift. So I got mostly everybody to sign it. If you did not get to sign it, blame Elijah Gonzalez. I gave it to him yesterday because I'm graduated, so I was not going back to the school. But I got as many people as I could to sign it. And I wanted to just give it to, I want to recognize all of the coaches, but give it to the Le Mans because they do in fact live together, so it is a little more convenient. But we just wanted to recognize all of the coaches and just their hard work and all of the sacrifices that they make for this team. And then I just want to leave it off with a verse that Lamond reads to us a lot. Proverbs 21:31, the horse is prepared for battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. And I just want to remember that as we go throughout the sports night, that all of the victories that the school attains and just everything that we are able to do is because of the Lord's giftings and not anything that we could do or ever will do. So.
Thanks, everybody. Love y'all. Thank you. Love y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll go sit. At this time, I'm going to bring up to the stage our esteemed baseball coach, Mr. Stacy Pugh.
Good afternoon. Okay, you guys are a tough crowd. If we can have the baseball team join me on stage, please. That's enough, that's enough. As you can see, we are a close-knit group. Got so bad at one point during the season, we actually had to drive with masks on because we stick so close together, we didn't want to share our germs with each other. But as we're going through this, we got some first-year players. Michael Colson down on the end. Give him a round of applause. First-year player, Skylar Montgomery. First-year player, Kobe Taylor. First-year player, Corbin Britt. First-year player, Trey Sampson. And rounded it off, first-year player, but he's a senior this year, Carter Anderson. All of those young men will be receiving a letter, a victory letter, being first-year players here at Victory. And our returning players will be receiving a bar. Returning player, what's your name again? Last name Richardson. I went blank on that one.
Did you actually go blank?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's Kale.
Kale Richardson. Returning player, Landon Kazone. Senior, returning player, I think he played here the most, 5 years? Aiden Flannery. Next to him, returning player, receiving a bar, Michael Broden. Returning player, what's your name? Gideon Tones. Returning player, Elijah Mayo. Returning player, Judah Linton. And returning player, Crew Slocum. And before we get into the awards, I wanted to also, just was recently released on yesterday, we have 4 young men that actually qualified for all district. First team, all district, Crew Slocum. Second team, all district, Aiden Flannery. Second team, all district, Micah Broden. And I guess he wasn't able to make it tonight. Second team, all district, Nico Cologne. And also, just to let everyone know, tomorrow, Victory will be represented at the Polk County All-Star team by the one and only Aiden Flannery. So before I go forward, I want to introduce my coaches. Assistant coach, Jeff Perrard, works primarily with our outfielders and also our first base coach, and our volunteer coach, Carl Lockhart. And unable to make it with us tonight, Demetrius Nunez, who is our pitching coach. And as you can see up top, we have a brand new baseball field. So I want to give a round of applause to the Victory staff and the folks that put that together. So as I go into the awards, first award that is being given out tonight goes to a young man that just doesn't say no. You can tell him to run through that wall, and if you don't grab him, he'll run through it. He's here every day. He works harder than everybody. And he's just a go-getter. and it's glad to have him in the program moving forward. Last year was an 8th grader. This year he's a 9th grader, and we'll have him for another 3 years. This year's coaching award goes to Gideon Tones. And unlike Mr. Lamont, I delegate, so the other coaches be handing out awards as well. So next up will be Coach Perard.
Good evening. I have the honor of presenting the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Last year, this player helped us on the mound, and that's all we knew. He gave everything that he had to us last year on the mound. But then this year, he put trust in the process. He worked hard. He dedicated himself to become more than just a pitcher. He found himself in a situation this year that gave us a clutch hit to give us a big win. And without the effort and the dedication that this young man continuously shows, I don't know where we would be. I'd like to present this Most Improved Award to Micah Broughton. Our next award, this player is humble, he's hungry, and always ready. Built for big moments. What I call that usually is the clutch gene. On this campus, he's known as QB1, but in my heart, that's C7, Cruz Slocum. Sorry. I'm so sorry, he's Offensive Player of the Year.
Good afternoon. This next player is going to be the best defensive player. He's not here today, but he started out really quiet and a shy player for us. And as time went on, as he got to know the other guys on the team, he started becoming a leader on the team. But there's a lot of situations out on the field where this guy made some great plays for us. And this year, Best Defensive Player Award goes to Nomar Ortiz.
Next up, our V Award. This young man, he epitomizes this award. We started out having devotions every Wednesday, and he really took that home and he really ingested it. And to the point where he actually started having devotions on his own with our players. And that's the kind of player that we want in this program. And he represents victory, he represents his parents, he represents this program, and he definitely represents this award. The V Award this year goes to Elijah Mayo. Just like Mr. Lamont, I know you're not a crier, but I'm a crier. But I'm not going to cry tonight. But I want to recognize a young man for his effort. He got hurt this year, but he didn't go home and sulk. He basically joined the coaching staff. So I want to have Landon come up. This young man right here has probably 2 or 3 programs within the city that don't like Victory because they said I recruited him from their program. But he was a great asset to us for the last 2 years. And like I said, because of injury, you know, the Lord had another path for him, but I really think he's got a bright future ahead of him as he moves forward. As you can see, he's not wearing a brace anymore. But again, he could have easily went home and, you know, sulked and just basically got in his feelings. but instead, he stayed a part of the program and basically helped to turn our pitching staff around. There was one game where we had 17 walks, but after he joined the staff, I think we averaged about 4 walks per game. So that was an amazing improvement. And he's a graduating senior this year. So again, I would be remiss if I did not recognize Landon Canzone for his contribution to this program, even with a Tommy John surgery. So, but I love you, man.
Love you, Coach.
All right. So again, we ask that everyone please come out and support Aiden tomorrow as he plays in the All-Star game. And again, I know, as you can see, the brand new baseball field, we got some great things coming baseball-wise. Just ask you guys to stick with us. I know we didn't have the season that we really wanted. We would love to still be playing, but it's coming. It's coming. Just hold me to it, all right? Thank you. So at this time, we'll turn it over to Coach Ritter. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more recognition. I'm sorry. Crew Slocum.
Hi, everyone. I'll keep it quick. I just wanted to come up and say, as y'all have heard or maybe seen, we do have a brand new baseball field up there. That's a very big blessing. We're very grateful for that. And we know that didn't just happen overnight. A lot of time and money was spent getting that together. And we just want to appreciate somebody on staff here. Ever since he stepped foot on campus, he has made an immediate impact on all he's done. We're super grateful for all the work he puts in, all the time he puts in. Really, without him, this whole room would look very different. So when we put this together for him, it's just a little base with our signatures, and we got some of the dirt from the field on it. But if you got Coach Collins, if you could come receive this for us, please. Everybody give it up for Coach Collins.
Again, this is Victory Christians Baseball. Thank you, guys. Now we turn it over to Coach Ritter.
Good evening. If the girls will go ahead and start heading this way. This was an amazing year of growth. We grew by 50%. It was a very small team a couple years ago. Girls just were unsure if they could really cheer without experience, but they showed that they could, and we grew so much. So they've showed that they can push through challenges. Any challenge I presented to them, any new skills, they were just willing to try it, and I'm just so proud of them. Coach Audrey was not able to be with us tonight. She just had a baby recently, so it's just me. I'm up here, guys. All right, so our first word is, we're gonna go over the letters and the pins. Our first year, for some of them have had some past experience, but first year cheering for Victory is Ava Brooks. They'll be receiving their letter. Olivia Collins, Layla Aloy, Cara Francisco, Addison Newman, Riley Scott, Cassidy Traylor, Sarah Windsor. Ladies that have been on the team, this is their second year, will receive a pin. Tegan Betterly, Kate Daniel, Catherine De Herrera, Leah Moore, Julia Gonzalez, Mackenzie Harper. Third year pin is Jackie Valdiva. Fourth year pin is Brooke Birch. All right, so our first award, we did ask the girls their opinions, so some of these awards were selected by them. Transformation Award. This young lady was selected by her peers as someone who came into the season with very little cheer knowledge. She was always ready to learn and works hard to meet each challenge. She is a girl with grit. Please honor our Transformation Award winner, Cara Francisco. The Leadership Award. This young lady is a dedicated student athlete that sees the gem inside each of her teammates. She leads by example and understanding and wisdom. You can see her love for people through how she serves. Her servant's heart led this amazing athlete, chosen by her peers for the Leadership Award, Kate Daniel. The Rookie of the Year. This young lady also came into the sport with little experience and cheer knowledge, but that did not stop her. She was determined and kept at it. She's our let's try it one more time kind of girl. She is a fierce competitor. She faces each challenge with a can-do attitude. Because of her determination and her dedication, her teammates have been able to grow together and voted her Rookie of the Year award, Riley Scott. All right, Best All-Round Award. This title and award kind of speaks for itself. No matter what she is doing, dances, cheers, chants, stunts, crowd engagement, we would use this cheerleader as an example of what it should look like. Her smile, her leadership, her kindness towards others is beautiful. It was a true gift to watch her blossom over the last few years. We will miss her as she graduates this year. Best All-Around award goes to Brooke Birch. And finally, the V Award. This young lady is a quiet leader. She showed Christ on and off the field. She was dedicated. Her quiet strength always brought unity to our team, even when she didn't realize it. She kept a smile on her face with many challenges this year, personal and school-related. She will be missed as she leaves us this year as well. Please give a round of applause to our V Award winner, Layla Eloy. Layla was unable to be here this evening, but we love her. All right. And next up is, so sorry, I should have remembered this, Coach Kelly.
All right, soccer gals, come on up. As you can see, some of them are showing off some hardware we received this year. I'll give a little insight about that here soon. Looking good, looking good. All right, I'm Grace Kelly. This is my first season as the head coach. I got to come alongside the staff last year as an assistant, so I knew a good majority of the girls from last year. But it was an incredible season. The record may not have reflected the same as it did last year. We went 14-8 this year. It was 16-6-1 last year. But we ended up as state runner-up champions, state runners-up. So big, I wouldn't say big improvement, but just continuing to grow this program and ending it as state runners-up was incredible. And just leading up to that, our schedule is a lot different. So obviously, we played a lot harder teams, which I think prepped us for the end of this season, postseason. We played Indian Rocks, which was a top team. Obviously, we always have LCS, McKeel, George Jenkins. Those are always tough opponents for us. So, yeah, I mean, it was not an easy season. These girls really had to gut it out. And during the season, the last part of the season, I went on maternity leave. I had my sweet little Posey May. So I just want to give a special shout out to my coaching staff, because I went out with 3 games left in the season, and then I was able to come back for the state championships, but the latter part of the season wouldn't have been the way that it went without them. With Jamie Lamond having just the experience that he brought to our coaching staff, leading the way, Gina Smith being a new coach, a part of our program. It wouldn't have been as smooth as it was without those two. So special shout out to them. Love you guys. And then just a shout out to the girls. I mean, losing your head coach at the end of the season is not something that's normal, first of all, but second of all, it's just a testament to who they are and the team culture that they built from the ground up, with Hayden and Sylvia and Sydney leading our way as our captains. So I'm just incredibly proud of them. And obviously I just want to recognize that in itself, leading up to being, again, I just can't stop saying it, state runners up. I mean, huge. So I just want to recognize our seniors that have been here for a good amount of time. We have Abby Falcione. She here? There she is. Lauren Andrew. Sylvia Rodriguez and Hayden Fullwood. They have been a part of this program for 4+ years. I think, Abby, you've been here for 4, right? Or 3? 4. Lauren's been here for 4. We'll say 4. No, 3 years. Sylvia's been here since 7th grade, long time, and then Hayden's been here since 6th grade. So longevity in this program, obviously, again, a testament to their leadership and the ability to get to where we were in postseason. And lastly, just real quick, I want to recognize the Polk County Awards. So this year we had 2 first-teamers, Sylvia and Hayden. Mackenzie Purdy earned 2nd team. And Ella Lewis, Kiara Domico, and Kinley Hunter earned honorable mention. All right, did you guys hand out the stuff yet? No, perfect. Can I see my list? All right, I got 27 girls, so I gotta have my list. First year, so earning their letter this year. Amelia Friend, Maya Huff, Annabella Rodriguez, Isley Patterson, Eliana Cook, Olivia Inachukwu, Kiara Domico, Juliana Gonzalez, Elizabeth Goldsmith, Kennedy Smith, Peyton Avery, Lexi Ramone, Kiana Green, Mackenzie Purdy, and Marley Jordan. All right, then we have Sylvia Rodriguez. You're not a first year, this is 2+. Hayden Fullwood, Lauren Andrew, Abby Falcione, Autumn Farnsworth, Jordan McGrath, Riley McInnes, Taylor Harrison, Jordan Williams, Sydney Kratke, Kinley Hunter, and Ella Lewis. That's my entire roster, guys. Whew. All right, we are moving on to the awards. It's always so unique coming up with these awards. I think a lot of it has to do with kind of like your theme during the season and what you just notice from your athletes. So this first one's called the Dog Award. Woo-woo. This one is given to the player who competes with relentless effort and toughness. This is the athlete who brings intensity every single day, who doesn't back down from challenges, and who is willing to do the hard things physically and mentally for the sake of the team. This person is the definition of relentless. From the very beginning of the season, she showed a willingness to work, compete, and push herself no matter the situation. She brought a level of intensity and effort that set the tone in training and in games. One of the things I respect about her the most is how she handled coaching. I challenged her all season long, and she responded the right way every single time. She may not have loved it in the moment, but she accepted it, learned from it, and kept pushing. That says a lot about who she is. Through that process, she grew tremendously, not just as a player, but as a person. She became stronger, tougher, and more confident, both mentally and physically, with each game. She is also someone who brought personality to our team. She's quirky, goofy, and fun to be around, and that energy made her a great addition to this group. Over the course of the season, I've gained a tremendous amount of respect for her, not just as a player, but as a young woman. Her willingness to be coached, to compete, and to keep improving is exactly what this award represents. She earned this through her grit, her growth, and relentless effort. Congratulations, Amelia Friend. All right, the next one is the Servant Leader Award. This is, obviously, it speaks for itself, but given to a player that leads by putting others first, someone who serves the team with humility, steps in whatever role is needed, and consistently looks for ways to support the coaching staff and her teammates. She doesn't seek recognition. She leads through her actions, her attitude, and willingness to go the extra mile. And this player is the definition of a servant leader because she was always the first to ask the coaching staff if we needed help, whether that meant setting up the equipment, cleaning up after practice, or doing the little things that went unnoticed. She never hesitated to step in, even if it meant going the extra mile to chase a soccer ball down to the pond, because we would launch some balls all the way down there. Right, Sylvia? You're launching some shots all the way down to the pond? Don't you remember that? But her servant heart didn't stop from the field. She stepped into one of the most important and demanding roles on our team, the goalkeeper, and embraced it fully. She came in with a desire to learn, a willingness to be coached, and a drive to improve for the sake of her teammates. She craved growth, and it showed in the way she developed throughout the season. And it has been incredible to watch her grow as a player, gaining confidence, skill, and composure in such a critical position. And no one will forget her performance against All Saints, where she was without a doubt the most valuable player that game. More importantly, she is someone who truly cares about her team. She serves, she supports, she gives of herself in a way that makes everyone around her better. We are thankful for her heart, her effort, and the impact she has had on this program. She will be deeply missed. Congratulations, Kiara Domiko. All right, this next one is the Spark Plug, given to someone who brings energy, momentum, and life to the team. She lifts others up, sets the tone with her effort, and impacts the game through both their attitude and their play. This player has been a part of this program for a long time, and her longevity has allowed her to grow into a player and leader who truly impacts those around her. It's been special to watch her journey as a leader, especially alongside someone who started as her sworn enemy and became one of her closest teammates. That growth speaks to her ability to build relationships and put the team first. One of the biggest areas of growth for her has been her shift from me to we. From her junior year to her senior year, she has taken on a completely different mindset, one centered around the team, the mission, and doing whatever it takes for the group to succeed. She led this team not just with her words, but more importantly, her actions. Every single game, she gave everything she had, followed through, competed, and brought an energy that others fed off of. When she stepped on the field, you knew exactly what you were going to get: effort, intensity, and heart. I am incredibly proud of the player and the person you've become. Your growth, your leadership, and your energy have made a lasting impact on this program. I'm also excited to watch you continue your journey at playing at the next level. Congratulations, Sylvia Rodriguez. All right, we have two people for this award. It's called the Anchor Award. It's given to someone who provides stability and consistency for the team, who can be relied on in any situation. They stay composed under pressure, brings calm in chaotic moments, and holds everything together for us. This year, we have two players who embody that in different but equally impactful ways. That's Jordan Williams and Ella Lewis. Jordan showed what it meant to put the team first. After we lost two seniors at the center back position, there was a huge gap that needed to be filled. Jordan stepped out of her usual role as a goal scorer at forward, a position she was comfortable and successful in, and took on that challenge without hesitation. She did it with a team-centered attitude, with humility, and with willingness to do whatever it took. She didn't just fill the role, she handled it with confidence and consistency, becoming a steady presence for us in the back. Ella Lewis brought something incredibly valuable to this team. Coming in as a senior, deciding to return and play her final year, we are so thankful that she made that choice. I don't think she expected to step into such a vital role, but she embraced it fully. Ella played with calmness and composure, especially in big moments. She was a competitor, someone who could be trusted, and someone who genuinely loved her teammates well. Both Jordan and Ella gave this team exactly what is needed: stability, trust, and a steady presence. They were players we could rely on no matter the situation, and they helped hold this team together through the ups and downs of the season. Jordan and Ella, your willingness to step up, your composure, and your team-first mentality made a lasting impact on this program. Congratulations to both of you. All right, the V Award, which you guys got the description earlier. This person is extremely special to me. I've just been able to grow a really close relationship with her over the past 2 years, and it's just an honor to know her. But I want to give you some reasons why. Obviously, she's winning this award, so. Her longevity in this program has allowed her to leave a lasting impact on the team and our culture. Over the years, she has grown into a player and a person who truly embodies what this award stands for. She has been committed not just to the sport, but to everything that comes with being a part of the program: relationships, accountability, and representing our school. Her work ethic is something that sets her apart. She consistently showed up ready to work, ready to improve, and ready to give her best no matter the circumstance. She doesn't cut corners, and she held herself to a higher standard every single day. She's a commanding leader. She leads with confidence and purpose, setting the tone for those around her. Her voice, her presence, her example has helped guide this team through both challenges and successes. But what makes her truly special is her kindness and the way she treats others. She leads with a genuine heart, showing care, respect, and encouragement to her teammates and those around her. She's someone people trust, someone who people look up to, and someone who reflects Christ in the way she lives and interacts with others. She is the definition of what the V Award stands for: character, integrity, leadership, and Christ-like, living both on and off the field. Her impact on this program goes far beyond the game, and you have set a standard that will last for years to come. Congratulations, Hayden Fullwood. All right, finally, I'm giving it up to Coach Griffin and the girls basketball team. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Hold on. We have a special, the seniors have a special gift that they want to give out.
Okay, so during the season, we would do this thing, I'd like to call it like a reassurance circle. So every week we would pick somebody who stands out, and everybody on the team would go around and say the things that we love about each other. So we thought, since Coach Lamont is stepping down, it'd be a good time to do our reassurance circle and point him out. Where are you, Sylvia? Oh, there you go.
Okay. Hi, guys. For those of you that don't know, Coach Lamont took up our program in 2021 after Coach D passed away. Without an ounce of soccer knowledge at all, except for watching Addie play her entire life. Me and Hayden were in 8th grade during Coach Mont's first year, and he made it super important that we never forgot about Coach D in multiple ways. One, at kickoff, after saying our cheer, we would walk on the field, and with 2 claps, we would say D3, which stands for discipline, devotion, and dedication. I had one. And then we would also had a D Street sign. The D Street sign stood for, it's over there if you guys want to look. My mom is holding it up. I was supposed to bring it on stage, but I totally forgot. But he made that, and he embedded it into us that just as important as goals are, so is the assist, because without the assist, you would never have the goal. So every single time somebody got an assist, we would sign the D Street sign, and then like every single year. And through keeping Coach D's memories alive, Coach Shimon set his own legacy. He built us all up as players, and without his help, we wouldn't have been able to make it all the way to states and made school history. I personally can say that I wouldn't be half the player I am without his help, and I wouldn't be playing collegiate soccer next fall without him either. He taught me what grit truly means, and I'll carry that with me in my next chapter. And I hope all the girls never forget how much he's done for this program. Thank you.
Okay, I'll say what I have to say. Without trying to repeat what Sylvia said, we knew that we didn't have Coach Lamont for very long. You were just filling the gap that we had. We really didn't know what we were looking towards with no coaches. But you helped this program more than you know. As she said, you kept trying to keep Coach D's legacy that you made your own, and nobody will forget the type of coach that you are. I promise you there's no other coach that is going to scream as loud as he can how proud of you he is in the middle of the play. You will definitely hear Coach Lamont from the other side of the field. We're just so thankful for a coach that cares about us individually and as women, not just as a player. I know a lot of us, when we become wives and moms one day, the lessons that you've taught us are definitely going to stick out. So we just really appreciate you. We signed a ball and we got him some candy.
There's one more thing, guys.
Sorry, guys. I'm not with it. We have one more award. This is called the Golden Boot Award. This is going to Sylvia Rodriguez. Holy cow, sorry. Sylvia Rodriguez. She scored 81 career goals and now sets the program record. So congratulations to Sylvia. All right, now we got Coach Griff.
Good evening. Can I have the girls basketball team as well as coaches come up, please? As they're coming up, I just want to say thank you to the coaches, the administration, Coach Collins, the Collins family. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. The pastors, this program, all our sports programs just taken off because of your leadership and your dedication to sports here. So as the basketball team's coming up, first thing I want to say is thank you to the families. First and foremost, my wife, my lovely daughter, Silva family, Hess family, Hanson's, Jackson family. Just thank y'all so much for all your support. Ms. Hope, this program goes above and beyond. We get team meals every single game, and it's not because, you know, the girls gotta eat, but it's just the love you have for them. I'm just so thankful that this family that we put together over basketball is just becoming so much more, and I'm just so thankful for it. For this girls basketball team, ladies, thank you so much for all your dedication to this sport, dedication to this program, dedication to this team. We've taken steps ever since I became the head coach. This is my 4th year. We've gotten better every single year, and it's not because I yell more, it's not because I know more basketball, it's because of the dedication and the heart these ladies play with every single time out. So thank you, ladies. As we're going to the awards, I'm gonna start with our most improved player. Our most improved player is a young lady that if you come to a basketball game, you hear me yell her name every single possession. She has so much potential. She has so much heart. She stepped up so much from the year before, from a struggling freshman shooter to a super confident sophomore shooter and one of the best shooters in the state, in my opinion. Tucker Fox, you got your work cut out for you because Kendall Hanson's coming. Most improved Kendall Hanson. Our defensive player of the year is new to us this year. We had 2 outstanding young ladies that just locked in defensively and did so many different things for us, and was able to guard the best defender night in and night out without scoring as many points. She's a senior this year. That's the only thing, you know, kept her a notch above the other young lady. But Ms. Janvi Sani is from George Jenkins High School, and she just came in and stepped in with so much heart and so much love, and her gift to defend people is just unbelievable. So Ms. Janvi Sani is our defensive player of the year. Our Competitive Spirit Award. Our Competitive Spirit Award goes to a young lady. If you've been to an awards night at VCA, you've heard her name multiple times. It's not just because she's an outstanding basketball player, an outstanding academic student. She's just an outstanding person. And it kind of flips it on its head in basketball games because she's so intense, fights for every single rebound, just gives us a chippiness that we need, and she's such a sweet person. But our Competitive Spirit Award goes to Ms. Sade Jackson. Our Offensive Player of the Year this year is new to us as well. Just a quick little story about her. She drives from Mount Dora, which is about 1 hour and 15 minutes away, every single morning to be at school on time. She's selfless. She's so special. I'm just so proud of her. She's going to play college basketball at Weber International University. Coach Grady Morrell, who's a friend of the program, a friend of the school, is taking her on, and I know he's going to get a great basketball player out of her, but he's also going to get a great person. Miss Lala Garcia is our Offensive Player of the Year. And our V Award. Our V Award goes to a young lady this year whose story is just deeper than basketball. Her story is deeper than what you see. She battles an illness that hinders her from being her physical self every single day. I have some of her insulin with me daily. She's just an amazing young lady, and I love her to death. And she's just, the V Award kind of goes into your Christian character, but it also goes into who you are as a person, deeper than what they see on the surface, how you affect others, how you affect the people around you. Ms. Lex Rustorfer is our V Award winner this year. And now welcome the best coach in the state of Florida, the outstanding Coach Steve Fitzgerald.
Hello, guys. Sorry. Okay, so I have a plaque right here, and it's of the whole team, and it's for Coach Griffin. That's not all. I have a speech to go with it. Coach, I just want to thank you so much for the person that you continue to grow, each and every single one of these ladies. To the people that see the wins, the stats, and the trophies, but they don't see the pressure, the work, the sacrifices, and when it comes with being a coach. As well as you show up for us every single day. People don't see that, but that's what it truly means to be a coach. And not just a coach, but even a father at times. We've come so far as a leader, as a person, and what you've built. What you built is truly incredible. You've taken ladies like me, Bella, and the OGs to what we are today and built this program from the ground up. And I just want to thank you so much. Your trust and discipline and confidence that you have, that you've built into this family. What makes you different is that you've always cared about us off and on the court, what we're doing, whether it be our grades or how we're doing at home, what we're feeling like, even if we've eaten lunch. I get them oatmeal cream pie every day. You always push us when we need it, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and as well as holding us accountable when we need it the most. Thank you. The impact is bigger than just one season. You've built these women to be what they're gonna be one day. That's it.
Can I get our guys to come up? I generally pride myself on being a man of few words, but bear with me, I have a few things to say. First, thanks to the pastors, especially Pastor Mark and Pastor Matt, for pouring into our guys all year long. Thanks to the administration here. I don't take it for granted. We have the best administration as far as supporting athletics. Special thanks to Coach Collins for taking double duty this year, not only being AD, but stepping on to the basketball staff. It's like a security blanket having someone of his experience join our staff. It's been a pleasure to have my guys, Jackson and Liam, continue just to improve and take on more responsibility every year. I do want to give a special shout out to Coach Nate. Even though he wasn't with us as much, his fingerprints remain all over this team. He was a trusted confidant to me all year long. Thanks to Josh Flannery for being Thoc's personal trainer to keep him on the court. And thanks to our parents, especially even Hope Roostorfer, who doesn't have a player on her team anymore, but was there to do the gate every game. Thanks to Laura, Miles' mom, for videoing every game. Thanks to MJ's mom, Cree, for coming out and working with our big man. She might be the best basketball player in the whole building. Special thanks to this special group of players. Most importantly, I want to thank my wife, who is like the second mother, tutor, chef, among other things for these guys. Also wanted to give a special thanks to the school community at large that came out and supported us. even coming as far as Jacksonville for the state championship. As I reflected back on this year, and for that matter, the last 4 years, it's been extremely difficult to articulate just what these guys have been able to accomplish and what they have meant to me, to the school, and to the Polk County community. As Dusty May reflected after winning the national championship, it's more than the actual accomplishment of winning. It was that we were able to spend the maximum amount of games, practices, road trips, hotels, team meals together. This is how I feel. For 2 years, we have been able to play the maximum amount of games allowed, which means we have been able to spend the maximum amount of time allowed together. This cannot be overstated. Just a rundown of some of the highlights of the last 4 years. I like to call it the Spartan era because 5 years ago, I had a meeting with Coach Grady Morrell, and he facilitated the connection between the Spartans and VCA. But the overall record for 4 years is 99-25. The record versus Polk County is 29-4. 4 district championships in a row, 2 region championships, 2 Elite Eights, 2 state runner-ups. This year's highlights tied the school record with wins with 25 for the 3rd straight year. We were undefeated in Polk County, won the Kevin Brown Memorial Classic in Illinois, beat top 25 teams from Illinois, Texas, California, and Pennsylvania, finished number 12 in the state of Florida out of over 800 schools, 19.7 strength of schedule. But beyond the accolades and the statistics, I'm grateful to be able to coach this group of high character players. We have something special here that transcends just our competitive desire to win. We have guys that genuinely love each other and celebrate each other's successes. This year started at the Embassy Suites in Washington, Illinois. We had a team meeting where we talked about sacrifice, not as just a cliche, but how this team would have to very specifically sacrifice individual statistics, playing time for each of us to reach our potential as a team. This was an arduous process that did not just magically happen when we left that room in Illinois. It was a struggle. During Christmas break, we played in 2 elite tournaments, and we went 1-4. It's not if you will face adversity, but when. However, the difference between great teams and average teams is how you handle it. That's when the character of our team really became evident. We finished the year winning 18 out of our last 20. At its core, this team has built its foundation on a commitment to work. We didn't have to wonder who would show up at 6 a.m. workouts. It has become a badge of honor. From the accumulation of that work they put in came an unbelievably strong belief in themselves and in the team as a unit, that no matter what happened, we could overcome it, and there would be no quit. When talent meets talent, talent is no longer enough. The separator becomes your character. As I move into the award portion, I want to give my yearly disclaimer. I'm not a huge fan of individual awards in this setting. My feeling is the ultimate award is being part of a championship caliber team and being recognized statewide as such. Before I get to the awards, I need to recognize the following players, because on a championship level team, every member of the team adds value, whether they play a lot or a little, and sometimes the attitude of the guys that don't play as much is actually more important. Every championship team needs a Chris Bernard, literally willing to do whatever is necessary for the team to win, and he does it with zero ego. Chris started every game as a junior and started no games as a senior. Most high school players would not have been able to accept this. Chris did it without complaining. Make no mistake, we did not get to the state championship the last 2 years without Chris Bernard. Next, I want to recognize TJ and Arik. On almost every other team in the county, they would both not only start, but be stars. This year, they both played roles that were vital in helping us reach our potential. Both will step into much bigger roles next year and will be relied on heavily. Colton came to VCA this year from LCS, where he was their leading scorer. He made a 2-year investment in our program because he believed it would help him reach his potential. This was difficult at times for Colton, but he handled it with professionalism and continued to work hard and took advantage of the opportunities he got. Jaden and Brody both moved to VCA for their senior years, accepted their roles on the team. Jaden brought a great energy and a vibe that his teammates loved, and Brody brought a quiet consistency that his teammates respected. Again, these are not easy roles. There is a ton of time requirement and not as much playing time as they would have liked, but both thrived without drama or complaining. Freshman Taylor Jones, happy birthday by the way, came up from JV for the playoffs. He got some court time in the playoff games, but his real value came when we went to Jacksonville for the Final Four. T played a huge role in our practice and warm-up drills with our bigs by playing defense and helping us get his teammates ready to play. This seems like a small thing, but it was actually a very selfless act on his part. It showed tremendous growth and maturity. Now for the awards. First, the Connector Award. This goes to a player that has a unique ability to make everyone around him better, on and off the court. This is a kid that has been raised in the gym and is literally like another coach on the floor. He's selfless, sometimes to a fault, always concerned with making sure his teammates shine. This year he made huge strides in his physicality on defense and his three-point shooting percentage. For the second year in a row, he led the team in assists. The Connector Award goes to Miles Morrell. For our Most Outstanding Player Award, we actually had two players that fit this description. The first one goes to a player that has shown tremendous growth in each year he has been in our program. This year, he really improved as a playmaker and a defender, which added to his already elite post moves and rebounding. He averaged 13 points, 6 rebounds per game. He was first team All-County, first team All-Polk Hoops. He was the MVP of the Kevin Brown Memorial Classic. He'll be playing college basketball next year. The first most outstanding player is MJ McCullough. Next, most outstanding player is the player that joined us this past summer. He was a perfect fit for us here because he absolutely loves to work and he has a quiet maturity that earned him the respect of his teammates. It did not take long for him to make his presence felt. He was our leading scorer this year at 15 points per game, made 77 threes at 48%, was also second in assists on the team. This year he eclipsed 1,000 points for his career. He was first team All-County, first team All-Polk Hoops. He was the Polk Hoops Newcomer of the Year. He was also All-Tournament at the Kevin Brown Memorial Classic. The co-outstanding player of the year goes to Christian Fuller. The V Award is a special award at VCA, as people have already mentioned. It really represents everything that we stress for our athletes, spiritually, academically, and on the court. This was the most difficult and also the easiest decision to make at the same time. I have always asserted to be a championship caliber team, every member of your team needs to be a legitimate candidate for the V Award. And I cannot stress this enough, that was true for this team, making a difficult decision. It was also easy because we had two players that set themselves apart. The first V Award winner has been at VCA for 3 years. He's probably sacrificed more than anyone really knows to be here. He has an infectious personality. He's a natural leader that people actually want to follow. In the classroom, he's a very serious student and has won numerous academic awards while he's been at VCA. On the court, he's a warrior. He has a relentless motor and is willing to do whatever the team needs to win. Coming off an ACL surgery, he's overcome a ton of adversity and done it without complaining. He'll be playing in college basketball next year. The first V Award goes to Thok Gall. Our next V Award winner is a 4-year varsity player. His impact on the program has been extremely hard to measure, but easy to see. I think his trademark is his blue-collar work ethic and the feeling of everyone in the gym, whether you're playing or watching, that nothing is impossible if he's on the court. He is fearless on offense and relentless on defense and has given us some of the most magical moments in VCA history. No one will ever forget the shot last year in the state semifinals to beat North Tampa at the buzzer of the fourth overtime, and this year in the state championship game, down 20 in the fourth quarter, almost single-handedly brought us all the way back. He averaged 13 points per game, made 84 threes at 37%, giving him over 300 made threes for his career. He was first team All-County, first team All-Polk Hoops, first team All-State. He was all-tournament at the Kevin Brown Memorial Classic. He also scored his 1,000th point this year, holds a 4.2 GPA in the classroom, and has been a tremendous leader on and off the court. The Co-V Award winner is none other than Tucker Fox. Next up is Coach Jordan with volleyball.
Good evening. Can I have varsity volleyball up to the stage, please? So I'm Jordan Watson, and this was actually my first year coaching with Victory, and it's been such a pleasure to be here. And I just wanted to say how proud I am of this particular team. So this season wasn't about wins and losses. It was about setting up our foundation for future seasons, growth, teamwork, leadership, and learning how to push through challenges together. Each player here represented Victory with amazing character, determination, and faith both on and off the court. We watched a group of individuals who had limited experience playing volleyball become a team, watching everyone show up with determination to get better, to learn more about the game, to be good teammates on and off the court, and always ready to have fun has been one of my greatest joys to watch as a coach. So to our seniors, thank you for leading the example, the example you set and the legacy you guys leave behind. Thank you for your patience with our younger players, your leadership, and honestly just guiding me in my first year as the varsity coach. This year would not have been as fun as if it wasn't for you guys being here. Now to my returning players, I can't wait to continue building on what we started this year, and I can't wait to see the progress continue. And to my parents, thank you so much for trusting me with your daughters and allowing me to coach them. Thank you for all the encouragement, the dinner runs, helping your player get home safe after each and every match, and keeping them focused on the important things. And thank you for all the invisible support that many people just don't see as a sports parent. And to my coaching staff, and this is Gina and including Coach Grace, I could not have coached this season if it wasn't for your guys' support. So for context, I work full-time off campus down at Bartow Regional, and knowing they were here to help get players organized and to help start practice and make sure the equipment's fine, and really anything else the team needed was such a huge relief, and I would not have been able to balance both if it wasn't for them. And so I have so much gratitude for both of you guys. All right, so now for our roster. All right, we have Taylor Harrison, Kennedy Smith, Callie Elliott, Esther Young, Ella Lewis, Juliana Gonzalez, Haley Dillon, did I say that correct? Peyton Johnson, Kinley Hunter, Cassidy Traylor, and Ari Slocum. And now for our awards. So this first award is Rookie of the Year. So to me, this is someone who has obviously never been on varsity, but was not afraid to take up space in a good way and just make a huge difference and a meaningful impact on our team. This player came in and gave it their absolute all, and you can kind of just see the passion and the fire in this particular person. And so for us, this is going to be Callie Elliott. Next is the Leadership Award. So this leadership award and this player is someone who can communicate really well and with emotional intelligence. Someone that is honest and I know is gonna act with integrity even when absolutely no one is watching. Someone who is willing to encourage others to just be their best self, and they're just here no matter what, through and through, and we can just, man, we can count on this person. And so for us, this is gonna be Ella Lewis. And then next we have our Sportsmanship Award. So sportsmanship is, at least to me, is someone whose behavior and attitude is always going to show fairness. They're going to show respect no matter what. Honesty and of course graciousness. This player shows leadership skills and they know when to step up and when the team needs them. But more importantly, this person has the skill to be led at the same time, which is so important. And this particular player can ebb and flow, and she just always seems to know when it's her moment to shine and when it's her moment to listen. And I am so excited to give Juliana Gonzalez this award. And then we have our Coaches Award. So this particular player showed up consistently without fail. She was coachable. She was always willing to put the team first over herself, no matter what, and had an amazing attitude, even on bad days. She gave her best effort each practice and match, and she made huge progress this season. And so for us, this is going to be Ari. And last but not least, the V Award. And I know we've been over this definition a couple times at this point. But this player truly does exemplify just Christ-like attitude in everything she does. She displays great character and honor. Of course, she's a full-time student, and she's very fully engaged in school. I'll even catch her doing some homework at sometimes. I know she's been on a missions trip. Her relationship with staff is so good. I was hearing about how awesome she was, I think, even in my interview process. Of course, her character is amazing, and service. I mean, as far as I'm aware of, her community service hours are off the charts. This player is a high character player who demonstrates, of course, Christ-like actions, of course, on and off the field, the court. She is trustworthy, dependable, determined, and of course, a team player. And this is going to be Peyton Johnson. So, congratulations, ladies. All right, and that is varsity volleyball for us. And I'm going to invite Coach Dobson to the stage.
Good evening. As cross country makes their way to the stage, I would like to say thank you to Coach Collins and our administration for your continued support, and a very special thank you to my runners' parents this season for your 5 a.m. early Saturday mornings, maneuvering those cross country courses to cheer on your runners and always keeping them hydrated. You made it! Clearly, it is hard to find teenagers who want to run distance. I have a small team here, but they're more like a family. This is such a special group of young men. They each bring something so special. It's been an honor to coach you and to watch you grow this season. My first-year runners, Matthew De Lorenzo, Michael Wilkinson, Gavin Dobson, Drayden Diaz, and Kellen Maddox. I had 2 returners. Gavin Burns, this was his second year. And my only senior, his third year, Gavin Kiefer. There's something special about cross-country kids. They lace up their shoes, they run mile after mile when their legs are screaming to stop and their legs are on fire. They learn to quiet that doubt in their head and just keep going when everything says to quit. These kids realize they are capable of more than they ever imagined. They learn that with grit and their heart, they can do these hard things. A simple pair of running shoes can carry them farther than they ever thought possible. These kids conquer giants in the form of running long miles in 95 degrees, ignoring that little voice in the back of their mind that says, I can't, and they always try to be better than they were the day before. They will themselves to keep going no matter what. There are no timeouts, no breaks. Every time they cross their finish line, they've learned that they can keep going. They can run farther than last time, and they can set a new personal record. They can do what seems impossible, and those lessons are ones that they will carry far beyond their time on this team. There really is something special about cross-country kids, and I want each of you to know that your hard work and effort is seen and so appreciated. Now for my award winners. As a freshman, this young man was our top performer, placing first at 2 of our races, consistently running a new personal record. He barely missed making the regionals and has that won't quit attitude. He was such a strong influence to the team. Our most valuable goes to Kellen Maddox. Okay, my next award winner was not new to running, but this was his first year in cross country. He showed significant improvement, not just in his finish times, but by his influence and guidance for his teammates. My most improved runner was Matthew De Lorenzo. My leadership award goes to a young man who 3 years ago would be so nervous and full of self-doubt, literally throwing up at our start line. Yet he grew into such an encourager and example for his teammates. Over the past 3 seasons, this runner cut off over 10 minutes from his finish times, and he has been a great leader for his young teammates. Congratulations, Gavin Kiefer. And now my V award. This young man always lets Christ shine through him. He's determined and dependable. He's an encourager to his teammates, has the utmost integrity, remains focused on his goals, and always strives to be a better runner. My V award goes to Gavin Burns. Thank you, guys. And now for Coach Smith.
Y'all know the drill. All right, how's everyone doing? I'm great. Last one of the night. Who's tired? Who's hungry? Everybody want to get up and shake it off a little bit, wake up? All right, so a lot of echo here. Let me see if I can fix this. All right, my name's Brett Smith. I am the head football coach here at Victory Christian Academy. Tomorrow will actually be my 1 year here on the job. Showed up last year the day of the spring game. Our spring game is this Thursday at Bryant Stadium, 7 p.m. Would love to see a lot of people there. As they're making their way to the stage, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. People that stuck around that don't have a football player, really appreciate you guys sticking it through. Seen a lot of people leave, so thank you for staying and supporting these guys. I want to thank the pastoral staff for putting their trust in me to lead the program. I want to thank all the parents also. Coming here from Oklahoma, probably not many people here familiar with Tulsa, but it's a big culture change for me and my family. But the Victory Christian staff, the community, has made this transition as easy as possible, and we really appreciate and love you guys. And our whole family has really enjoyed being here at this time. I want to thank Coach Collins for being the best athletic director in the history of athletic directors. He's absolutely one of a kind, and you are all blessed to have him as your athletic director. Mrs. Collins and Mark Thomas as well, Mr. Ritter, the best administration I've ever had the privilege to be a part of. I've worked around some great leaders. I was in the world's greatest Air Force for 8 years and worked around some amazing people. And I can genuinely say the best leadership I've ever been a part of is actually in this school. And every one of you is blessed to have your children being under that sort of godly leadership. Yeah, go ahead and give them a hand. Oh, I'm gonna need those so I can read off of them. Can I have the awards, coaches? Thank you. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out. I was thinking about this as I was watching all the parents sitting out in the stands. We have about 60 guys on the roster this year, which is a lot of guys, and we get 5 awards to give out. So if you're here and your child didn't give an award, you're in good company. He might someday lead the Victory Christian Academy football team, because I never received an award in all my years of coaching or of playing football. So you never know. But again, I want to thank everybody that's stayed through the awards ceremony. And just to, again, there's so many guys in this team, 60 guys plus that were a part of the program this year. There's guys like Keon Hargrove, Reese Nunez, Jack Jenkins. I could give an award to probably 30 guys on this team, these awards in particular. So again, I want to thank all you guys for being a part of this year. Coming into the new season, having a new head coach is not something they asked for. Coach Kendrick Stewart that was here before me, actually I met on a missions trip 3 years ago. We became friends, and so when this job came open, he was kind of one that encouraged me to take this job. These guys didn't ask for me to be their head coach, so especially for the seniors, I want to thank you seniors for sticking it out. Some of your classmates didn't, they made the decision to transfer, but those guys that stuck around for your senior year, Reyes, Pike, you guys, I really appreciate you guys sticking it out for me and giving me your all. So I want to thank you guys for that. Our first award that I want to give out is a young man that came to us from Kathleen High School this year. He came on late, a very difficult thing to do. He was filling a void that he probably didn't realize that we needed. He plays what we call a 3-tech to a 5-tech, which is a defensive tackle position. As you know, that's usually going to be one of the biggest guys on the field. But as Xavion Stribling makes his way up here, you'll see that Xavion Stribling is not much larger than me. Xavion Stribling, as you can see, he's got a heart of gold. Every time you see him, it's an infectious smile. I'm hoping someday he decides to be a football coach, because I'll be the first one to get him on my staff, whatever it costs. Xavion is getting the family award for being just the individual that everybody can go to, a leader on the team. Not always the most outspoken, but he knows that spot where that word needs to be spoken. He's able to do that, leading his young brother Xavies, who's still part of our program. And again, the family award goes to Xavion Stribling. Thanks, bud. All right, this young man is another phenomenal young man. The Victory Standard Award, in our program, we use a term called the standard, and the standard is my best. So it's a very simple way to put it. A little bit lengthier version of that. The standard is my best, giving our highest intentions every day. With our effort and the gifts that God has given us, we strive to demonstrate discipline, integrity, and sportsmanship to glorify Christ on and off the field. Guided by faith, we serve our community, uplift others, and leave a legacy of character, courage, and Christ-like love. This is the one senior, or the one non-senior that will be getting an award tonight. And this goes to Mr. QB1 Cruz Slocum. Yeah, absolutely. I should have another, yeah, those are coming up. All right, this is another individual whose name has been called out already tonight. I think Coach Lamont said it best when he was at an awards ceremony. I heard Coach Lamont say that in this school, we believe giving credit where credit is due. We're not a participation trophy, participation type of program. And so when names are spoken multiple times, I think it says a lot about the young man himself. This is the Grit Award. These are all words that I've been given out since I became a head coach. back in 2022 at my previous school. The Grit Award often goes to a two-way player, the best offensive and defensive player, special teams, things like that. This individual, if you've watched him play football or basketball, I think grit is the only thing that really comes to mind. Again, Coach was talking about that performance in the state championship game, willing his team to come all the way back, always giving us the belief that we could win. The Clearwater Central Catholic game is another one that comes to mind for this individual. 9 catches, 220 yards, 290 all-purpose yards, 4 touchdowns against the winningest senior class in Pinellas County history. Tucker Fox gets this year's Grit Award. All right, the V Award. I'm make sure this individual's up here. The V Award, everyone's already heard what that's about. This is another individual that came to us, this time from Lakeland High School, again, coming in his senior year, very difficult thing to do. Another position of need that we had. Coming in, we had 1 returning starter on the defense this year, so it was very difficult. We lost 4 defensive linemen to transfer once Coach Stu left. Again, this individual plays an interior / outside defensive end type position, not much larger than me. Also qualified for state in wrestling at Lakeland High School. And this year's V Award for football goes to Mateo Martinez. Again, I played corner, right? So I was like out there, away from all the contact. So when you look at Xavion, when you look at Mateo, the fact that we lost 4 would have been senior returners on the defensive line. Mateo and Xavion, unless they're eating their Wheaties, they're not any bigger than I am. And so if you saw the way they played, the plays that they made at their sizes, I think you understand if you're a football person that it's not easy to go against guys consistently week in, week out that are 300 plus pounds, and you're trying to do that at 170, 160 pounds. So that's something that, again, I really appreciate about those guys. The last award that I'm gonna give out is one that is near and dear to my heart, and after this, after y'all hang in there with me for a second, that will be the end of our ceremony here. As I'm pulling this up, this is known as the Kingston Whitmore Courage Award. Give me 1 second here because my phone doesn't want to cooperate. It says I've timed out of Microsoft Word. All right, so this one I will get emotional about. I'm not generally a crier. That's a lie. I almost cry every year at the end of the season. I think each year when you watch the final game in football, it's a very, you only get 10 games a year, right? And so if you're lucky, you come in as a freshman, you get to play 40 games. As you know, with injuries and everything else, you're probably not going to get 40. So you prepare 355 days a year to get 10, Fridays in the fall. And every year, as I'm looking out at the end of the year, I see the tears. There's always tears in the eyes. This individual was one that was crying super hard. This is the individual that we didn't know if he was going to be with us this year or not. This is an individual that has overcome a lot just in his personal life. He overcame a knee injury. He plays running back. He's probably 160 pounds, but he often runs like he's 260 pounds. And again, this is the Kingston Whitmore Courage Award. This individual shows courage on the field and off the field. He's not here with us tonight, but the Kingston Whitmore Courage Award, and hold your applause as I explain it, this year is going to Preston Coney. They didn't hold it. To give you an idea of why this is named the Kingston Whitmore Courage Award, Kingston was a young man that, and I'll probably start getting emotional here. Sorry, no, we're good. Kingston's a young man that served as a honorary team captain for Victory Christian School, where I came from for a number of years. Kingston was born with a very rare genetic disease known as trisomy 13. When Kingston was born, he was given only a 5% chance to make it to his first birthday. Kingston ended up living 1,000 times past that initial diagnosis. Kingston lived for 13 years, 8 months, and 7 days. Kingston went through over 100 life-saving procedures. He was legally blind. He never walked. He never spoke. Kingston Whitmore was an absolute miracle. His longest stay in the hospital was 42 days, where he was essentially diagnosed dead multiple times. He had a UTI, pneumonia, broke just about every bone in his body. He had scoliosis, an inverted spine. He was put on a 24/7 trach for 7 years. This is a young man that would be wheeled to midfield, usually for the first game of the year during his birthday. A lot of people told his parents that it wasn't a life worth living, that he was in so much pain that it never made sense to keep him alive. His mom wrote a little letter that I'll read to all of you today, and this goes for the football team. I really want you guys to kind of hone in on this. I know it's been a long night. But the Lord didn't just have a plan, he had Kingston's plan. On August 26th of 2022, the night before Kingston's 12th birthday, they came to a game. It was a significantly difficult day for Kingston. Something in my soul told me to bring more oxygen tanks than I normally would. I didn't know why, but I decided to listen. About midway through the second quarter, a young man from the opposing team collapsed on the field. He was having essentially what was a heart attack. Kingston's life-saving devices, his oxygen, and the things that were with us were able to keep young Colin Cottom alive on the field during the second quarter while we waited over 20 minutes for the ambulance to show up. Many of the doctors later told us that without Kingston's life-saving devices that were at that game, this young man would be either comatose for the rest of his life or he would have died that day on the field. So, kind of in my own words, Kingston's life was a life that many people looked at and said it wasn't worth keeping alive. It wasn't worth surviving. He spent 12 years almost constantly in pain with his parents. I remember asking one day to his mom, Lori, I didn't really understand it all. And I said, how long do you think Kingston will live? And she said, we wake up every morning knowing that this day could be his last day. But that day, Kingston happened to be at the game, and again, he could only usually make it to 1 or 2, and that saved that young man's life. That young man is still alive and well today. He's a sophomore in college. So that was God's plan for Kingston. That was Kingston's plan. So when people look at anybody's life, the lives of the players up here, what Lori would like to ask is, just like Kingston's story, helping breathe life into Colin, whose life will your story breathe life into? Will you own your jersey? Someone needs your story. Right? Kingston was not just strong, he was so strong. Not because of us, not because of him, but because of the one who lived in him. And so are you. May Kingston's story always be one that completely keeps you going, fighting in the face of incredible odds, press through the pain, and never give up. You are a soldier in the army of the Lord. Thank you.
I know y'all want to get out of here, my bad. It's a lot of guys behind me. Y'all could tell. With my dad, hold on. Hey, Dad, hey, Grandma, I love you. But it's a lot of guys behind me. 2 coaches right here, Coach Coop, Coach Cherry, Coach Griffin behind the table for some odd reason. Coach Smith, where did you go? It's your first year here. I know you didn't have to do all the things you did for us, but you did. I want to thank you for that on behalf of all these dudes right here. Thank you for making me one of your captains and trusting me. That's all I really wanted to say. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, and at this time, we'd like to welcome up the greatest principal in the land and the Mr. Thomas, and the greatest superintendent in the land, Mrs. Collins. Mr. Thomas. I don't see Mr. Thomas.
Okay, while they're making their way back to their seat, it is my privilege to do the high honors GPA for our athletes. I know you've been here a little bit, but this is like unbelievable because we have about 117 names that we will call up to receive their pin from a 3.2 to all the way to the 4.5. So we just want to congratulate them. And the fact that we have 117 students with over a 3.2 is just a testimony, because every one of these people are out late at night or in all day doing the practices and meetings, and just a tribute, because not only these people coach them, they also spend getting lesson plans together, grading tests, and it's just an amazing tribute. So we appreciate everybody. And I'm going to start with 9th grade. I would appreciate that. I'm going to call their names and say their GPA, and then they're going to make their way up to the stage this way to Miss Collins to get their pin, and then they can go down that way so we won't have a traffic jam. But please hold your applause for each grade until I get to the end of the grade level. Then we'll give them a great big, just a roar like you're at the football game, okay? All right. Starting off in 9th grade, Skylar Montgomery with a 3.2. Hunter Spavaro, thank you. Hunter Spavaro with a 3.2. Lexiana Ramon, 3.3. Kiana Green, a 3.4. Jeremiah Matt, 3.4. Ian Gibson, 3.4. Taylor Jones, 3.4. Kale Richardson, 3.4. Jacob Amat, 3.5. Oliver Patterson, 3.6. Natalia Johnson, 3.8. Layla Lloyd, 3.9. Jordan Williams, 3.9. Ethan Brack, a 4.0. Micah Broughton, 4.0. Ethan Nall, a 4.0. Jack Jordan, 4.05. Gavin Dobson, 4.1. Elijah Gonzalez, 4.2. Riley Scott, 4.3. Kennedy Smith, 4.3. Mackenzie Purdy, 4.4. Cassidy Traylor, a 4.5. Cara Francisco, 4.5. And Tatiana Hinton, a 4.5. So congratulations. For our 10th grade, starting off with a 3.3, Ryder Hedgren. Braylon Mitchell, 3.3. Chance Hugan, 3.4. Cody Cooper, 3.5. Reese Nunez, 3.5. Shamari Leonard, 3.6. Alexander Acevedo, 3.6. Alana Thomas, 3.8. Aaron Brooks, 4.0. Caden C., 4.0. Isaiah Harper, 4.0. Israel Inachukwu, 4.0. Kenneth Strong, 4.0. Leah Moore, 4.0. Arik Ring, 4.1. Gavin Burns, 4.1. Mackenzie Harper, 4.2. Jace Peterson, 4.2. Olivia Gonzalez, 4.2. Tegan Betterly, 4.2. Kendall Hansen, 4.4. And Sarah Windsor, 4.4. Congratulations. And Taylor Harrison, 4.0. So Taylor, come forward. '11th grade, starting off with a 3.2, Eva Whitehurst. Addison Newman, 3.2. Owen Perro, 3.2. Colton Donahue, 3.2. Luke Lazenby, 3.2. Isabella Silva, 3.2. Andrew Morrison, 3.3. Jack Jenkins, 3.3. Joshua Powell, 3.3. Keon Hargrove, 3.4. Ava Brooks, 3.5. Sade Jackson, 3.5. Elsie Hess, 3.6. Miles Morrell, 3.6. Logan Wilcox, 3.6. Alexis Rustorfer, 3.8. Julia Gonzalez, 3.8. Bryson Philemon, 3.8. Elijah Mayo, 3.9. Kate Daniel, 3.9. Juliana Gonzalez, 3.9. Jackie Valdiva, 4.0. Jameer Roberts, 4.0. Matthew De Lorenzo, 4.0. Judah Linton, 4.0. Riley McGinnis, 4.1. Jordan McGrath, 4.3. Kim Shem, 4.4. Marley Jordan, 4.4. Cruz Slocum, 4.4. Kason Thompson, 4.5. Autumn Farnsworth, 4.5. Congratulations. Now for our 37 wonderful seniors. We will be graduating them this Saturday at 10 a.m. right here. We invite you to attend. Every class has its weirdness. This group of seniors is probably one of the most fun group I've been around, but then again, they were in first grade when I showed up. And for when Miss Collins was here, they were in pre-3. Yep, pre-K3. All right, here we go. First off, 3.2, Maya Huff. Jared Reeves, 3.2. Carter Anderson, 3.3. Preston Coney, 3.3. Aiden Flannery, 3.3. Kason Danforth, 3.3. Donarian Johnson, 3.3. Hayden Fullwood, 3.4. Aiden Reyes, 3.5. Menthan McCullough, 3.5. Olivia Collins, 3.6. Jonathan Pike, 3.6. Landon Kazone, 3.7. Brody Hedgren, 3.7. Christopher Bernard, 3.7. Gavin Kiefer, 3.7. Albert Cunningham, 3.7. Robert Reeves, 3.8. Catherine De Herrera, 3.8. Thok Gall, 3.8. John Festa, 3.8. Sylvia Rodriguez, 3.8. Alex Paz, 3.9. Brianna Garcia, 3.9. Jarrell Paul, 3.9. Hayden Buchanan, 3.9. Jaden Jackson, 4.0. Kyrie Branger, 4.0. Brooke Bursch, 4.0. Tucker Fox, 4.0. Jason Hayes, 4.1. Nolan Anguizzola, 4.2. Taylor Walker, 4.2. Peyton Wilcock, 4.3. Peyton Johnson, 4.3. Alexis Zinkin, 4.4. And our valedictorian, Ella Lewis, 4.5. And now Coach Collins will come and present a very special award tonight.
Tonight we will introduce a brand new honor, an award created for a rare athlete who impacts reach far beyond the scoreboard. Some athletes put up impressive numbers. Some win championships. Some make unforgettable plays. But ever so often, an athlete comes along who changes the culture of a program. Someone whose influence is felt in the locker room, on the court, in the classroom, on the fields, and in the lives of their teammates and coaches alike. Someone whose example leaves a lasting imprint long after the final whistle blows. The Legacy Award was created to recognize this kind of an individual. This award represents far more than athletic talent or achievement. It honors the complete athlete, one who demonstrates exceptional character, unwavering grit, respect for the game, commitment to teamwork, athletic intelligence, determination, and the ability to inspire others through both words and their action. A legacy is built not in a single game or a season. It's built day after day through sacrifice, discipline, leadership, and consistency. It is earned through the way an athlete responds to adversity, how they encourage teammates, they compete with integrity, and represent their school and community with honor. Tonight, it's only fitting that the very first recipient of this award is someone who embodies every one of these qualities, an athlete who presents and elevates those around him and whose impact on this program will be remembered for many years to come. It is my honor to present the inaugural Legacy Athlete Award to none other than Tucker Fox. Tucker's athletic journey is a testament to hard work, determination, competitive excellence. Remarkably, Tucker did not join the football team until his junior year, yet he immediately made his presence felt. During his junior season, he recorded 22 catches, 243 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. He earned an honorable mention, All-County honor, and he also won the Big Play Award. His senior season elevated him into one of the top athletes in the state. Tucker exploded for 67 receptions, 843 yards, 16 touchdowns, while also contributing on defense with 45 tackles and 3 interceptions. His performance earned him the first team All-County and second team All-State honors, recognizing that reflection not only his athletic ability, but his toughness, his intelligence, and his relentless drive to compete. On the basketball court, Tucker's accomplishments are extraordinary. As a freshman, he earned the Get Grit Award, setting the tone early for what type of competitor and teammate he would become. As a sophomore, he received the Sharp Shooter Award and honorable mention All-County recognition. His junior year became one for the record books. Tucker won the prestigious V Award. He earned second team All-County honors and led the entire state of Florida and made 3 points. That's all classifications, with an incredible 116 made threes. He also delivered one of the most unbelievable moments in school history. We call it the shot. Hitting the game-winning buzzer beater in his 4th overtime against North Tampa in the state semifinals, forever remembering as simply the shot. As a senior, Tucker competed, and he continued to cement his legacy. He once again received the V Award. He was named All-Tournament at the Kevin Brown Memorial Classic in Illinois. He earned first team All-County, first team All-State honors, and surpassed a milestone of a 1,000-point career. His career accomplishments speak for themselves. In basketball, he has an amazing, remarkable record of 99 wins and only 25 on the varsity side. 2 Elite 8 appearances, 2 state runner-up finishes, 4 district championships, and over 300 made points. But while the award records and statistics are impressive, that's not what made Tucker Tucker. That's why he's receiving the Legacy Award. His legacy is found in the way he competes, the way he leads, the respect he shows for his teammates and his coaches, the standard of excellence he's established for those that will follow him. So there's your charge to every athlete that's in this room that will be back next year. Tucker has left an indelible mark on this athletic program, and his impact will be felt for many years to come. Congratulations on the inaugural Legacy Award to Tucker Fox.
Thank you so much, you guys. We know you've been here 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I can't think of a better way to spend my evening than honoring these student athletes and all of these accomplishments, so thank you for your patience. Before we go, can we bow in prayer? Dear Lord, we are gathered here tonight in your name to honor these athletes who have not only taken the court and field for Victory Christian Academy, but who have taken the battlefield for you. It is not always on the sports field that we do our battle, but on the field of everyday life. We do not battle for the goals nor the touchdowns, but for the cross that we will carry to you. Allow not our memories to be filled with the highlight tapes or dazzling plays, but instead by the prayers that began our games and the huddles we made to praise you after our victories and even our defeats. Let's not only think that it was the weight of the iron in the weight room or the long hours at practice that made us victorious, but the weight of the cross and the hours on our knees that made us great. As for the seniors who have taken off their victory jersey for the last time, help us to remember that the competition has just begun. For the real battle is not with the pigskin or the round ball, but the crosses that you have laid upon us. Allow us to be coached by your love, and let all of us give you, our true coach, 110%. That is where we will find the true meaning of a champion. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, we ask this blessing over our athletes and their families. Amen. At this time, seniors, would you stand and go take down your banners?